everybody, and welcome back to another fanfiction reading. Today, I'm going to be reading a fanfiction called A Sensual Sexy Pringle Fic by Infinite World 8. This has the tags of Pringle enjoys being eaten, Pringles being awesome, vor kinda, crack, blame eyebrows, dare me to write a fic and I'll so do it, Wranglers are not adult supervision. Sorry, not sorry. Sexy, sensual Pringles fic. Pringles can be sexy, don't argue. With that being said, let's read the summary. A sensual fic describing a Pringle being consumed from the Pringles POV. You know you want to read this. I do, and I'm reading it for you guys out there because I need to get a video posted. A Pringle has a usually short life if it's the right kind. An inconspicuous conception from potato flakes. A quick journey down drying racks and machines coating the chip in flavor. If the gods were good, the Pringle was blessed with a good flavor. Something enticing enough that the Pringle was ensured it could reach its life goal of being consumed before it expired on some back corner store shelf. Pringle number 678878. The digits go on and on. Do you know how many Pringles they have been made and eaten since their introduction? Pringle 678878 wasn't aware it was the only Pringle. But its life was short and its mission simple, to achieve the ecstasy of being consumed. Pringle 678878 liked to keep it simple. They were just a Pringle, nothing fancy. It was a mistake. One wrong flip of a switch, but in the end that's all it took. The conveyor belt switched positions and the Pringle traveled down a new path. Pringle quivered with joy as a warm, spicy coating slipped down half their back, settling the potatoey dimples like a second skin. Vibrations traveled down the line and shouting rang out as people yelled at each other. Soon Pringle got the gist. They have traveled down a path they weren't meant to go. Fear traveled down the line. They were going to be binned. Giant hands reached out with cold fingers. Pringle cowered in fear as their comrades were snatched carelessly from the conveyor belt. Huge fists crumbled them, and Pringle could only watch in horror as thousands upon thousands of their fellow beings had a short, unpleasant end to their life as they were broken and discarded in a garbage can. Others fared worse. They made the trip to the garbage intact. Pringle could imagine few fates worse than to lie in a trash bin somewhere amidst the crumbled remains of your brethren, waiting to finally crumble yourself, or perhaps even worse, to slowly turn to a soggy, amorphous mess without even experiencing the glory of being eaten. The Pringle waited to meet its fate, but a hand bumped into it, and the Pringle was knocked aside. It found itself resting behind a support, and while the rest of its companions met their doom, it was spared. The conveyor built that's how they have it spelt, was soon cleaned and rerouted back to the original path. Pringle tumbled back into view as a new cascade of freshly made Pringles mixed in with them. It could hear the comments by the other Pringles, remarking on his spicing coating, calling it vanity. But Pringle knew the others were jealous because they were only originals. Soon the fateful time arrived. They were picked up by a machine and slotted into a can. Pringle was surprised when it landed amongst the originals. No one had noticed. Pringle traveled somewhere. It could tell it was moving, but was unable to see out the can. Instead, Pringle worried for an innumerable amount of time whether it would be cast aside as the can was open and some unsuspecting mouth started to devour it. Finally, it came to rest for another short period before traveling again. It lost track of time. It could have been weeks, months, perhaps even days before it finally happened. There was a pop. Then the rumble of plastic as the can cover was pried back. Pringle was nervous and worried. It was in the middle of the stack and feared that what would happen when it was discovered. Its time came abruptly. The hand reaching in the can gathered several at once, typically, and Pringle hated to be picky about how it wanted to be consumed. but group consumption had never appealed to it. Pringle was grateful the hand snatched only it. The hands were soft and warm. Pringle gave a slight shiver unfelt by the hands as a finger caressed its back and underside. It was brought to its lips and flesh. Plumpness touching its top and bottom only made Pringle closer to the edge. Then, the mouth paused as it tasted Pringle's different flavor. Pringle was withdrawn from its half insertion and examined. Pringle felt naked. Still uneaten, possibly about to be cast aside. But once again, it was spared and allowed to continue to destiny. Back in the lips, the soft smoothness caressing its hard sides. Pringle sighed as teeth crunched down, breaking off pieces of it. It wouldn't be long now before the glorious end. Saliva surrounded it, coating its aid with a coating. Fuck. I'm having such a hard time reading. Saliva surrounded it, coating its aids with slick warmth. It was so tight and full with the tongue underneath pressing into it and teeth on every side. A yawning abyss waiting some way back, but Pringle wasn't scared. Teeth clenched it further, and Pringle was so close. The last swipe of the tongue sent it over the edge. Pringle trembled with waves of ecstasy even as teeth bit into its finally crumbling Pringle completely into oblivion. Pringle was a soggy, moist pile of flavored remains and slipped down the throat. The owner said was unaware of the joy it had caused for a very short life of a Pringle. And that was us. What was the title of this again? Essential Sexy Pringles Fic. God, I was struggling there to finish it at the end. I don't know why. Yeah, this is a bit of a shorter video. I do apologize. It's kind of hard to find weird fanfics if you're not going out of your way to look for them, so I'm gonna have to do that this weekend, if I'm not busy. So yeah, with that being said, that was a fun fanfic to read. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And that being said, see y'all tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, next week. Bye.